Hello, my lovely viewers. Thank you for choosing Must Media Group. And today we're going to have a very lovely debate with the aspirants from the School of Education. We are here to know our leaders better. Starting from the school rep aspirants from the School of Education. With me here is Kelsey Rungu. How are you?
I'm good, fine.
And Oscar Wawe. Yes. And finally, Aaron. Welcome. So, Charles,
Yes.
you are from the Commission of United University.
Yes, United University.
Maybe you can tell us how you chose to become a member of United University.
United University. I can say, let me start by saying that it's a place to be.
Yeah.
Because for sure it is uniting everyone. It is uniting the most comrades. Not teachers, not SDE, not everyone. I mean, every comrade in this fraternity, in this coalition. I mean, it is united. Yes, that's what I chose to be United Muslim, where we are keeping the comrades' grievances, where we are keeping the comrades' lives. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And you, Oscar Wawe, why did you choose to become a member of the Comrade Alliance?
In fact, when you say my umbrella, you should not just say Comrade Alliance. It's a B. It's
B,
the
Comrade
article,
Alliance.
the Comrade Alliance. Very important.
Yeah.
So the Comrade Alliance, there we have like all tribes. You know, we have people from coast, and you know, coast is a place where everyone is there. We have Kalenjins in coast, we have Luos in coast, we have Kikuyus in coast, we have Kisii in coast, and this coast is where even the people from international places, they are there. So it's like this one is a place where everyone is invited to be, and because we are in a school, that's why we call it the Comrades Alliance. The Comrades, it bears the comrades' interest at heart. That's our focus. That's why we are there. Thank you.
Wow, that is from Oscar. Let's hear from Aaron Kitler. Why did you just choose to become an independent candidate?
Okay, thank you for this chance. The reason why I chose to be independent because you have a look at the coalition where my friend is coming from, then the United Muslims. They are claiming that they have all the tribes inside, but if you see, they have the Kisii, they have the Campus, they have the Marians, and they have the Kikuyus. If you come to the Comrades Alliance, where they are championing for the same, they are claiming that they have all the tribes in, but you see they have the Luyas, they have the Kalenjins, and they have the Luos. So the reason why I chose to be independent is because I want to serve all the comrades. I don't want to serve a specific tribe. So that's why I have my interest of being a leader, not on basis of any other tribe, but on independent basis to serve all the comrades as one.
Thank you. Now on to you, Charles. What makes you think that you are best for this position as a school representative of Mary University?
Thank you. Thank you very much for that question. Because I'm an aspirant on the school education, that is school. I believe if you can look, you can check on my posters. I put my values there, my core values, and one of them is competency. Because school has the power. You understand? Has the power to make sure that you align everything in the school of education. I mean, in the particular school. Let me speak in particular in the school of education.
Yeah.
School has the power to make sure that everything is flowing well for the teachers. That is one, competence. Number two, I chose to start because I saw the many problems we have as teachers. We are suffering. We are suffering because even academic trips, I spoke about the manifesto. Even the academic trips, the clubs, I mean, even the clubs that we don't have. You understand? That's why I chose to start to fight for the teachers' grievances. That's why I chose to start even to mobilize on teachers so that we can produce the best teachers in many universities. Because, you know, even the North Kenya universities producing teachers, other universities are producing teachers, but I want the best teachers to come from Miru University. That's why I chose to start to fight for teachers comrades, not for my own interest, because I'm also a teacher, but I want us to move. That's why I'm united with science, so that we can unite all teachers, so that we can move as one. Thank you.
Okay, that is Charles who was interested in fighting for the interests of the comrades. Let's hear from Oscar Ore. What strength will you bring to this particular job?
The strength that I will bring here, before you come out and say that I feel like I should be the best person to be in this position, there is that thing that drives you. It's not a matter of I'm a senior, it's not a matter of I'm a junior. Leadership is that force that pushes you from out inside you, that go and do this. When you see something is wrong, a leader should not keep quiet, right? A leader should go out and fight so that the rights of other people are answered. Okay? So before I came out to fight for the comrades, I sat with myself and I had a discussion with myself, and I said, School of Education, we've been having leaders, but were they delivering? Were they giving out what they are supposed to give? And the answer was automatically no. And I said, I have a leader. I'm a leader. I have a history of leadership. I've been leading in various positions in various places. So I said, I should not sleep on my talent. This is what God gave me. I can come out and do the best and bring Seth out of this miasma. I can take Seth out of this trouble. And that force is what drove me. And I feel better. I feel confident that I'm going to do it. I'm the best candidate.
You're the best candidate.
Yes.
That is according to Oscar Waore, who is the men's rep for vying for the position of school rep, Meru University. Let's hear from Aaron Kiplagat. Aaron, if I may ask, how will you be successful in your job as a school rep of Meru University?
Thank you for that question, Tieno. So that question is how will I be successful is because the reason why I'm in this position is simply because I have the interest that drives me, not my self-interest, but the interest of comrades. Because if you consider in my poster, my core values, the first one is that service for all. I've been serving as the class rep since 1.1, and since I'm a Kalenjin, I have not been serving only the Kalenjins. I've been serving the class, the students from all the other tribes, the comrades from all the other tribes, not necessarily only teachers. The other thing that I feel that if given this position, or what is driving me is because the accountability that we have to be answerable for each and every other a situation that occurs. For example, in teachers, for example, the first years, the second years, or the third years, even the fourth years, if in any case there is a problem that will arise in the school of education, and then as a leader you have to be accountable for, you have to be answerable. Why? Simply because that is when you go down there, you requested for them to vote for you, and when they vote you in, that is when you have to be accountable for them, for every other situation, for every other problem, not necessarily a problem, but also a positive outcome. You have to be answerable for it.
And to you, Oscar Waore, what leadership roles are you willing to portray as a leader under the school representative?
Thank you very much. Very important question. Yeah. One, as a leader, the first thing as a leader, you need to be someone who is able and free to accommodate everyone. That's a talk about the unity part of it. Unity part of it. As a leader, you are not going to lead yourself. You are not going to lead your brother somewhere. You are not going to lead your sister. You are not going to lead according to your tribe. Yeah, you are leading people from various ethnic groups. You understand? And as a leader, after having that passion to accommodate everyone in your territory, that's number one thing a number one principle that a leader must have.
Thank you very much.
And I'm not done.
Okay,
Just keep
okay.
good. And another thing, as a leader, you need to have that force that keeps on pushing you, that you don't need to be a failure. Yeah? Anything that you feel like I'm going to be a failure if I've not achieved this, And what are the things that we are not going to achieve so that we can be classified under failures? We give the agendas that are beyond our powers. We give the agendas that we cannot do. We give the agendas to give people to seduce others to vote for us in. And like as a leader, when you give out your agendas, these agendas should be the ones that you are capable of doing. So that after giving the agendas and getting the opportunity, you do them and then you be successful. So as a leader, when you are giving out your agendas, you give agendas that you are capable of doing so that success drives on and follows your lane.
Thank you very much, Oscar. And just to finalize, Aaron, okay, is there any favorite leader? Is there just to ask, do you have a favorite leader, either from within the school or outside the school, that you wish to portray his qualities?
Thank you for that question, Austin.
Yeah.
So, for example, charity starts at home.
Yeah.
So, the leader or a leader whom I can imitate and I can say is the one who is giving me this motive of going for this position.
Yeah.
Is we have one leader by the name Mugi, who was the chair.
Mungi was the chair.
Was the chair, yeah.
Why did you choose Mungi?
Mugi was the chair because the reason why I choose Mugi is simply because the way Mugi, when he was the chair of this university,
Yes.
the way he could take the comrades was a way that there was an inclusivity,
Passivity.
there was a service for all the comrades,
Yeah.
there was a democracy whereby you could give out or express the democracy to all the comrades. You air out your grievances, regardless. You can never be victimized at any cost. So that is the reason why, even in one of my manifestos, is that I want service for all the comrades, not only the teachers.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to the show, and with me here now the men's representative from the School of Education. Here is Bethwell from the Combat Alliance and Brian, who is an independent candidate. So, just a little bit, but works. Brian, how are you going to present the men from this institution, your university?
First of all, thank you for your time. So how I'm going to represent them is that I have my agendas. So my agendas are based on not only that, it starts from the word independence. That is, I don't lie in any party such a way that I'm not in control of anybody. I am open to any side. So I'm gonna work with the students to provide them with my aligned agendas. So I can mention them if you will allow me.
Okay, just a minute for that.
Okay, the first one is about the lab expansion. According to the current situation of the university, the population is large in such a way that the available labs aren't enough for the learners. So I'll ensure that the school expands on what is available so that the other learners can have a wonderful time during their learning. Also, another issue is about uniting the School of Education and also the comrades. That is, there'll be forums in which students can address the issues, whatever they are facing, whatever challenge they are undergoing. They'll have their time to speak, and also they'll have activities where they can socialize and bond together. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Bethwell. What are you going to do for the men, specifically men from your university?
Okay, thank you. That's a great question. A good concern indeed. I particularly, as a men's rep, School of Education, for your question you asked about the men, I appreciate. We must ensure that, I repeat, we must ensure that the rights of our men are catered for. First of this right, that as you understand that there are some rights that a man can never inform a woman. You understand? So as men representative School of Education, I'm quite available and concerning the motto, we bear the comrade interest at heart. Any men interest brought to me, I must ensure that the Senate have discussed about it and they are catered for. Are you answered?
I'm very answered. Thank you very much for that session. I just will take a glass of water. We'll be back with the women representative from Mary University and the School of Education. Keep it press. And we are back like the donkey gang. With me here are the women representative from Mary University and the same School of Education. Are you aware of the 2/3 gender rule introduced for the women in this country? Okay, how are we going to ensure that the 2/3 gender rule is accomplished in Mary University?
Okay, concerning that question, in my tenure, again, as the women rep in School of Education, I shall stand firm to ensure that the ladies of the women's rights are secured.
Yes.
Number 2, there shall be equalization of opportunities as far as gender equality is concerned between the men and the women. And concerning that 2/3 gender rule, there shall be equality for all comrades from all regions and diversities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Harriet. Jerusha, what are your strengths in women leadership, or what are the rights of women that's been violated in this school that you think you can rectify, or what makes you feel that you are the solution to this problem?
Okay, thank you for that question. My view is that we want to embrace equality in equality to everyone. We need equality for women. We need women to be represented, but not to be left behind. Yeah.
Okay, now you have the opportunity to speak to the women of Mary University. Tell them what are you going to do for them. Okay, what do they expect from you as your voters?
As the women rep, I shall stand firm to ensure that the comrades' grievances are addressed on time and their interests and needs should be met.
Okay, thank you very much. And to you, Jerusha, what do you promise your voters outside there?
Okay, thank you for that question. Mine, as I choose to be a women rep for the School of Education, since I believe that I'm competitive and a person who believes in herself, I want to ensure that there is comradeship whereby every student will be catered for, every student affairs will be catered for. There will be better communication in the School of Education whereby everything will be running smoothly without miscommunication.
That was just but a brief introduction with the leaders today. I've been your host, Austin Otieno. Thank you for choosing Must Media Group.